Hey. Damn, it feels good to be in season 3. Had to make a correction. Last week's episode was 79, so this is 80. Season 3, episode 80. Yeah. But I want to thank y'all for pulling up on the corner Convo. You know what time it is when you hear those Tommy Skillfinger keys. Let me let you know where you at all times.
A corner like thousands of others across the country. It's the place to go if you want to be seen, and to a lot of folks, it's the information center of the neighborhood.
Our job is to spark somebody else watching.
The GOAT.
We might not be the one, but let's not be selfish. And because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change. Plug is in the bag, and the bag is the base, and the base never change. Soon as you hear that groove,
That would be
I know I got you.
ideal.
I know I got you.
That'd be ideal.
I got you.
I don't know how to do that though.
My name is A-M-O-N. Say what you want, just spell my name right. You heard?
That's too much like right.
Actually, I tried to do that, but TV be tripping. Smart TVs be tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I can dumb sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna stop. Smart TVs be tripping.
Be tripping.
Mine over there. He's like, wow.
Technologically challenged individual.
Anyway, man, next up. No.
My show, say hello to the
Yeah, because y'all disrespectful.
First, respect the host.
Next up, man. Season 3, we got your boy AB in the building. Wait, where's your intro here, sir? Let me get you right.
I'm about to be on some real murder shit, hey.
I gotta change mine for
Telling you,
2022.
man. Any nigga that ever looked at me wrong
Through a periscope.
owes me money
PayPal.
or ever said any jealous bullshit about me is fucking dead. You understand what the fuck I'm saying? Hey, they're fucking dead.
Every time.
Time you got to do certain shit.
Next up, Mr. Machete, Mr. AKA Makinde Adedapo. It is this boy's year, his time. Nope. Nope. Another happy birthday, man. Another happy birthday.
Happy birthday, brother.
Accepting all the cash app. Somebody actually tried to cash app me some money. I felt so good.
40? High 40?
I never sent it to her. I didn't. I was just like, it was strange.
I believe you.
I was like, we not even that cool. Like, why would you just send me money? I mean, that's just, we not cool.
You better take that high 40. That's the first
Yeah, I guess.
now.
I just want to really.
She was trying to purchase you, bro.
It felt awkward. Somebody just asked you, what's your cash app? And I ignored it. And then she was like, yeah, but you never sent the cash app. And I was just like, I still didn't know what to say. I was just like,
You're a man of principle.
it was strange. Like, I know the person.
It came out of left field.
Yeah, like, I know you. It was a Facebook happy birthday. It was cool. Like, that's what 375 other
But
people
accept the blessing,
did.
though,
That's the
bro.
thing,
Like,
though.
just
Block your blessings, bro.
Yeah, you
Don't
block the blessing.
understand why a person would send you money.
That's the thing now. We don't have,
Does not really know you.
when you get old and have like nephews and nieces and shit, what do you do when you can't figure out
That's
what to buy
different.
them?
I'm grown, and this is another grown person.
Even more so why money's important.
Didn't make sense.
Life has a price. I think-
Shout out, appreciate the
Look here, he can't be bought, whoever the fuck that is. He can't be bought. Not for that little 40.
price of
damn. I can respect
Hey,
that.
I've been sold already for less.
Yeah, you definitely got that selling your soul for the right bag.
No argument here.
I don't think
That's
people
good.
have any problem with women accepting.
Just make
cash
sure we
app
benefit
prizes.
when you do sell out.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think if
appreciate
a
that.
man accepts a gang of just cash apps, like if you put happy birthday, it's my birthday, my cash app is this. I think as a man, it looks thirsty. As a woman, it probably looks thirsty, but it's still acceptable.
Why?
I think because people are used to like the idea of women being given money and given things, and like being a man and putting yourself out there like, oh, my cash app, it's my birthday, by the way, and because it's my birthday, you should just randomly send me money.
I'd be that guy, bro.
Very strange.
If I had cash, I'd
Although
be
I
that guy.
guess if you really look at it traditionally, there's like the whole tradition of the money tree, where like when people come to your birthday and they put like money,
That was always weird to me, man.
like pin it to
I hated
you.
that. We used to be at work. They would literally have an actual money tree, and if there's like nothing but 20s on there, you feel bad if you only put a 5.
Or like pin it to the person, and the person
Yeah.
walks around with the money on them.
Let me
So
tell
I'm
you something.
feeling like maybe this is coming from
I've
that.
been broke a long time. I still off money trees. I still off them bitches, bro. Fuck you. You gonna
On their birthday, fam?
I mean, it's just, yeah,
Damn.
maybe that's where it's coming from, but it felt very awkward.
especially when they be at a wedding, they have the wedding money tree. Y'all still be married, fam. Give me this little dub.
You gonna just out the wedding?
Absolutely. Fam, if y'all don't make it, look here, bro. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to train you. If y'all don't make it, she gonna take more from you. Than this little 20. You ain't gonna miss this fucking 20.
Look where your bag goes. Look at where your
I'm trying to
bag
help
goes.
him out.
That's crazy. let's start with the birthday boy, man. How was the week? How was the week?
Bland, man. It was
Yes, I like that.
The Omicron or whatever it's called.
Around touched you. Pause.
Ruined the entire week of all things, man. The last week of the year is notoriously the greatest like closing for me. Like I close that year out every year because you go from the Christmas holiday to my dad's birthday to my birthday to New Year's. So it's just like that full week.
It's a hell of a lineup.
Plenty of partying, lots of stuff. I had events planned. I had winery tours planned. I had to cancel all of that, man. So it was bland, but I will say, thankfully moving, I didn't feel, I felt like I was still kind of in a new spot a little bit, so I didn't feel completely cramped. Got very boring. Netflix is not what it used to be.
Yeah, you were very active in the group chat.
That was weird.
Yeah.
That was weird right there, though.
I was?
Yeah.
We just sent out posters this week looking for you.
That was definitely an accident. That was not intentional.
It was funny.
But, yeah, spent a lot of time at the crib, man. I did get to go out to dinner for my birthday, which was cool. And DJ New Year's, man, at Boulevard Steakhouse, man. Shout out to them people over there, man. They took care of us so very well. Ayana Contreras, my birthday sister, DJ's sister, she turned 40 on the 27th, actually. So we had like a New Year's Eve / birthday celebration sponsored by Moet at Boulevard Steakhouse. But
that was dope.
Other than that, man, it was that.
You DJ too, right? You
I DJ, yep. It was cool, man. It's interesting DJing at a steakhouse because it's not like a dance floor.
Yeah, but the vibe in there is dope, though.
Yeah, the vibe is dope. Sexy spot, all that. We had Luau Dang actually was there.
Cool. You didn't get the math?
Nah, because I was actually working.
You're always working.
What that mean?
That's part of the work.
Well, like I was DJing, he was sitting down at dinner.
You should call me, but you know why? I came and jumped on his ass. He's been taking money from the Lakers for years now.
Okay, well,
that's why you
he's pimping. Yeah.
Well, that's why you should have got the math, and we could have had that conversation.
Okay. Robbed his ass.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, thanks.
Although he did send his regards for the music I was playing. So shout out, Mr. Dang.
Luau, I'm a
but yeah, no, it's weird too because you got like multi generations, right? So I was really surprised, man.
Right.
There were far more young groups of black women there than I planned on. So I was kind of like
by themselves.
No, in group. Okay. Well, yeah, like in
that's what I'm saying. Like no date. They were just dating each other.
Yeah, women. Yeah, like friends going out. You know what I'm saying? I was not expecting that, quite honestly. So I had kind of prepared my B96 Kiss 10, Kiss FM type of vibe.
104.3.
And then they start sitting down. I was like, oh shit, I got to get into my Erykah Badu business and my Jill Scott business.
But you was ready though.
Well, yeah, I got more of that than anything. It took me 2 hours to prepare for all the other people.
When you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Although I didn't play half of that shit. But anyway, no, it was cool. It was really interesting, man. But it is a little different type of vibe when you get to the countdown and they like a dance floor full of people.
Yeah, what's your countdown? What was your countdown music?
It was. I wasn't playing the countdown.
Yeah, the ball drop.
Ayana was the DJ when we did the countdown, but we had discussed playing the All DeLange
Hand of a Dead Body,
or whatever. That's
trash.
Right?
Trash.
It didn't. We only played it for like 5 seconds. It started and we were like, yeah, nah, and then we just flipped the script. I forget what song she played, but
you could have did Boys and Men. 5.
Yeah, I tried to find. I found a Nat King Cole version. There's not a lot. Oh, you talking about the actual?
You could have did Tupac.
Yeah.
It ain't easy.
Yep. Nope. No, it was cool though. It was cool. It was very interesting. Very, very, very well paid gig. So shout out to them folks. Hopefully, we can book that again next year.
Take Tupac to New Year with us.
Good food too.
What's up, brother? How you doing over there, Blood Gang?
I was good. It's all about the 5. It's cool. It was a week, bro. It was just I feel like this now. I've been feeling like this for a few years. Bro, New Year's Eve, he has different reasons. He has a lot going on in the year. It's just a time where I spend money. And I'm so done with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Money, but I didn't have anything planned, man. I worked. Was lucky to get my off days back, even though I was tired from the city. The city said, fuck it. You can stay home. You want to. I took an extra day on their ass. And I had nothing planned, but my cousin called me out the blue. Michelle called me out the blue. I can't say her last name because she's from the islands. She makes some delicious jerk food.
Not Obama, though.
No, not Obama. If it was, I'd be in jail.
Alexander.
Cool. But She actually owned the Callaloo Cafe out on 123rd Normal for a long time. It's like a speakeasy in Chicago. In the cut, you get a lot of high-ranking fire department members, police members, politicians. They all fall through there. No BS. It's
What's
a great
it called
spot.
again?
The Callaloo Cafe.
Oh, yeah. I heard that.
That's black owned?
Yeah.
When we pulling up?
You ain't getting there right now. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah. But, so I got there, man. It was
the
pretty
place
cool,
get
bro.
shot up or something? Like,
No, man, you know, COVID hit different things differently.
Oh, true.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's out south, so it's a possibility. It could get gunned the fuck up, but hey. Nah, but there, to see how the upper echelon of our city's inner workings actually don't work and still get paid is tremendous.
I love that.
And I'm going to be there soon.
Yep.
You heard it. I'm going to be there soon, man. But the funny part about the night was this, though. So a guy comes in the front door, and Michelle gets to introducing him to everybody. And I'm looking at him. I say, man, I know this dude. So he get close. She say, this is my cousin. This Bossy. This Monica cousin. I say, I know him. He used to teach me in the academy. He looked. He say, man, you slept in every class for 6 months. I said, yep,
that's you.
You in front. Hey,
And you still passed the exam.
Absolutely, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it was a good time.
And
I
yet you didn't
family.
make it.
Family and loved ones, bro. It was dope.
Oh, that's what you're doing.
That's fucked up.
You bringing that into 2022. It's cool because I haven't let it go.
This shit is astounding to me. He sleeps through the entire
Every
academy,
Bro, I have a pending lawsuit. I can't talk about this, man.
He doesn't do work when he's there.
Absolutely not.
Like, it sounds like he was the least qualified individual and still made it instead of you. I just can't.
Oh, man. You know, that's the way the cookie crumble, man.
But to end it off, though, man, it was cool because today is my younger brother, one of my younger brothers, Jelani's birthday. Happy birthday, Lana, man.
Y'all, man.
Yeah,
Like, somebody was like, "Full brother." I was like, "You lie?"
Yeah, I talked to him today. I sent him a text.
Yeah, man.
Shout out,
pretty
bro.
cool,
Shout out,
man.
Lonnie.
You know, so y'all in the same zodiac act, you know, so to speak. But it was just
run this month.
New Year's Eve for me, bro. I'm happy to be here another year, another calendar year. You know, to share life with people. But yeah, I'm here
To share life.
share life, bro. That's
you
it.
do. You share life.
And then bitch, dope. Fuck you talking about? That's where we going with this. You know what I'm saying? You guys doing it, man. Why you got to provoke me like that, bro?
Yeah, I guess I definitely
mind my
apparently.
business.
You know he's walking down that ledge and he's jumping every time. You know this.
White.
Fucking.
I think this show should be called Fat Man, White Man, Policeman.
That's like a joke, though.
Yeah.
They walk
Start
into a
each show
bar.
with a Fat Man, White Man, Policeman joke.
Oh, just kidding. I do not do that. I'm a God-fearing man. I don't do the kind of shit I hate.
Well, for me, I was at work. 16s.
Hold on.
You wasn't
What
done?
about your week, bro?
I was about to get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks.
Tell me, hold on, like I was doing something.
Yeah, at work, checking the bag. I didn't want to be there. You know, I was able to come home.
You inspect bags for a living?
No, checking. Oh,
TSA and Metro. Oh yeah.
get you out of here,
I'm
man.
get myself fixed. I got mad too. Don't even trip.
Yeah. So anyway, yes, get out of here. I was able to count down with the fam. That was cool. Jumped on some video calls with my mom, my dad, my daughter. Everybody was in the house, so everybody said hello. Count that down. But then I was right back to work. You know, so that was.
Gotta get out to
It's
New
fucked up
Mexico.
being an adult.
It sucks.
Yeah, sometimes it's
Kids,
fucked
let me
up,
tell
bro.
y'all something, man. Stop rushing to be grown. This shit is trash.
It's expensive. It is
And mama
extraordinarily
used to
expensive.
say, "Don't you rush to get up." Mama used to
Speaking of
say,
mama though, like I feel like we got to go to New Mexico to catch the property, but your parents can't be there.
What you mean?
"Why?"
Oh, they're gonna have to be in like a whole nother wing of the house.
I mean, they got
because of
plenty
all
of
the
room.
variants and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, they would definitely make sure everybody's negative pulling up. You know what I mean? But no, we're doing that.
We shoot it
We're
outside.
doing that.
Negative what?
Negative
COVID.
from COVID.
Oh, I meant something else. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Take a bunch of tests every year.
Yeah, you know.
It's cool.
Well, let's go ahead and kick off season 3, man. Episode 80 of the Corner Convo. Man,
Can you call this 80B instead of like
80B.
Yeah, because we did fake 80 last week.
Yeah, well, I'm just making a correction. Kind of like we have to correct Ken
I
Days
still don't
week after
understand why we're on 80 and I said I didn't understand any of that math. I don't know how Bills came up with that or
because the last show was 78. So then the wrap up was 79, and this is 80. You don't know how to count?
well, I guess my point is how was that missed? Whose mistake was that? Is what I.
It starts with me. I take the blame.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
So when we said it was episode,
Accountability in
we said
2022.
it was episode 80.
We
or
definitely no,
posted
no,
it?
we definitely
Who
said
famous
episode
wore number 80?
That we
Said Jerry
posted
Rice.
as 80 or
We
79?
definitely did.
Okay,
Definitely
that's
did.
what I didn't
Yeah.
recognize.
Which I can change. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on Devin Hester? Is he a Hall of Fame player?
Yes.
Y'all shouldn't
Without
be allowed to
question.
speak on this, bro. Y'all shouldn't be allowed to speak on this, dog, because y'all Bears fans.
This
Y'all
has
gonna be
nothing to
biased.
do with being
So
Bears
as the
fan.
only unbiased football fan in Chicago right now on this panel.
Before you go there, with all your hate, let me just say this, okay? Devin Hester was named finalist for Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2022 as a return man.
Yes.
Go.
Hell yeah, he deserves that shit.
Thank
Best return man ever, bro.
That's it.
I just
So-
want to build up, be dramatic as fuck.
Okay,
That's
okay,
it.
okay.
I'm saying, hey, I've never seen a motherfucker return the pigskin like him. You know you cold when the Colts kick it to you. The first play of the Super Bowl, you run it back. They say,
back.
nope, we're not doing that again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's for the rest of the game.
Okay, get again.
We don't
you know.
lose like that.
You know what I'm saying? I know it has to hurt, y'all to go back and think about how y'all wasted
does.
Devin Hester, wasted some solid ass fucking defenses, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Under Rex Grossman and Lovie Smith and some other trash that just happened to, the McCaskies happened to bring through this motherfucker. Fuck it, dog. I'm glad y'all suffering.
Thanks. That was not a part of the question.
I'm just glad y'all suffering, man.
No, he's got most of the records.
All of them.
He's one of the, I mean, this is a no-brainer.
He set the tone. And I saw Pac-Man Jones on I Am Athlete said that he is the best return man ever.
He high as
Pac-Man
fuck.
Jones was?
Pac-Man
He
Jones
does he have
said that.
CTE?
I don't know.
Antonio Brown got
don't
that
know.
shit. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
Bro.
we gonna get to that. So
Pac-Man got to stop it, fam. Pac-Man lost the fight, too, on the field.
Yeah.
He needs to stop. That probably hurt him right
he
now.
lost fight in the ring too.
Pac-Man
He
was the
did.
truth, though.
Yeah.
He was okay.
He was all right. He was fast as shit, but I mean to put your see here's the thing.
Say it. No, say what you're finna say.
He was a
What?
lot down.
To put yourself in the class with Devin Hester, you out of line.
Yeah, you out of line. Way out
You
of
out
line.
of line, bro.
But
Agreed.
when defenses
Fucking that candy up, dog.
when defenses have to
Why you all in
It's on camera, though, man.
Why you all in my grill?
That was a good song.
Okay, yeah. So when defenses have to plan for you at meeting after meeting before the game, right? You are you're a player that changes the game, and every game he was a threat.
I'll say this though.
Lovey ruined him.
To your point about not using him properly, Devin was not a good route runner as a receiver. If anything, what Devin has proven,
You hear him?
On the fly route, that's fine.
That's the only
That's
route.
the only route.
That's the only
Yeah.
route, but that's easy.
That's it.
You don't have enough.
What is he 5'9"?
You don't have enough
little.
pass protection, and with Rex Grossman as your quarterback. The reason why Tyreek Hill
Yep.
can
There are
do
other
what
threats, too.
Tyreek Hill does now. One, Tyreek Hill is a hell of a route runner.
Yep.
He can change direction on a dime. He knows how to find the
He's a
opening
speedster.
for his quarterback. He knows how to do it quickly so that the ball can be released quickly, right? Hester wasn't really like that, and Rex was not a good fit as quarterback for that. He wasn't an accurate thrower. He wasn't a
He should
quick
have been
thrower.
a fucking janitor.
But yeah,
Should've been.
but I'm gonna just point that out. I don't think that he was misused. I just don't think he had the skills. His return skills were his skill. That was what he was the man at. I mean, shit. Back in the day, I don't remember one of the greatest kick returners of all time and punt returners was Mel Gray out of Detroit. I don't know if y'all remember him. Detroit.
Name sound
Lions.
familiar.
Mel Gray, I think it was 23, 24. He didn't play no other position. He never played cornerback. I think he was technically a cornerback.
I'm with that.
That's all he did. Then there was what's his name? Eric Bieniemy. Even though he was technically a running back,
speedster.
all he did was play punt. He's a
Special
coordinator
teams.
at Tampa Buck right now.
Okay.
Tampa Bay. But I'm saying like that was the role for multiple people who are considered the greats of the return game. And so to me, Hester was a bona fide returner.
Won't he be the
and that
first
is his thing.
punt returner to make the Hall of Fame?
I
Maybe.
believe so. I
think
believe so.
so, yeah.
He's the
possible.
first in
I don't
every
think so.
statistical
I
category.
think so, bro.
No, he's
I think-
definitely the greatest returner.
I think he'll be the
As
first
far as
one.
returning punt
I didn't
returns
know
and
that. That
kickoffs.
would be-
I think he'll be the
Yeah.
first one, bro. I think so.
So shout out to Devin, man.
Yep.
I got to give some more love, man. Once again, man, Lane Tech, man, we are just awesome. And
Lane brains.
in that melting pot, man, you just gonna have some real people come out and do some real things. Alderman Andre Vasquez, who also was a rapper, won 1 million freestyles.
No, Brian Mitchell's in the Hall of Fame. Sorry.
Okay.
Washington Redskins. He was a hell of a returner.
Yeah.
Was that his actual just his
That's
label
all
though?
he did. Yeah, he was a running back, but that's all he did.
All right.
Okay, yeah. So brother Dre, we used to call him Dre. I forgot what his rap name used to be, but he's an alderman now. And he put out basically the budget for his ward and said, help us spend $1 million. What would you like to
his
happen?
Constituents, to his
Yes.
ward. People
Which
live in
was-
his ward.
Which
Okay.
was dope. So all you had to do was basically go online, tell them what you wanted to happen, how much money you would want allocated to those specific things. They made it happen.
So here's the beautiful thing. That's not how that works at all. There's no way in hell that just happens because some random person filled out a survey. What happens is he's going to field that data. They're going to be like, okay, they already know.
Maybe not those
money
specific
on.
things, but I'm saying that
Yeah.
was the process.
Yeah.
That was the process.
Yeah, it makes you feel connected. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think the reality is,
But it's not done often.
no, it's not done probably ever.
But
But the reason
he did
why
it.
is
He
because
did
there's no way to use that data for real. Like that's part of it, right? Because everybody's going to say
You
something
can kind of
different.
chart your people's concerns, though.
Yes, that's great. It looks great on the public facing side. It's a
Yep.
really good way to at least ask people who you represent what they think. I think that's phenomenal. And yes, I think more people should do it.
Yep.
The reality here, however, is that he and his staff still have to make the decision on what to do with that money. And they already have.
They call it the people's budget, just
Right.
for clarity.
They already have that information for the most part from the active constituents, right? So if, Amon never votes or never pays attention to what's going on, never writes to alderman, whatever the case may be, but he gets the survey, he can be like, yeah, man, I want it to be on this, that, and the other on my block and da-da-da-da-da.
That's cool.
But then you have other people who have actually canvassed the neighborhood, who are really looking at all the schools in the neighborhood, looking at all of the infrastructures in the neighborhood, the grocery stores.
Another waste.
So I'm just saying, they ultimately will make the decision. If they see a trend, I think is when they'll lean that way. They'll be like, oh.
That makes sense. I'm just saying that most aldermen don't do this.
Yeah.
He put $1 million.
Set aside money for sure for them. I think that's great.
It's a total of 1.5. He put the people's budget at $1 million. What do y'all want?
Right.
That's dope.
Whether it's repaving
really dope.
alleys, repairing sidewalks, creating designated bike lanes, whatever the case may be in that particular.
Because then when he doesn't do another thing, it's like, well, look, this is what y'all overwhelmingly voted for. So we'll
Right.
get to that next. But y'all said y'all want this, and that's what I gave you. So, I mean, it's a smart tool.
He is an alderman in one of the largest wards.
What?
too.
Yeah, where is the 40th ward?
It's up north, bro, somewhere. I don't know exactly, dog. I get confused about what fucking ward I live in. You know what I'm saying? But I think the concept is cool. I do like the fact he's asking his people. I think $1 million is not a lot of money for all the problems at all that go on in these specific wards, from streets to abandoned properties to clean up to beautifying the city, which I think is fucking garbage because they steal that money all the time, and I've watched them steal his money all the time. So. Yeah.
Like,
now it gives those who want to complain, like I like to complain, somebody to blame when fucking things don't go right, because it's like, okay, well, you got this money. Well, why don't you give us all 1.5 million? Just give $1 million, this, that, bro. But you know what it really is, man. I think the city as a whole has to come up with a plan of where to start at first and stick to it. And they tried before, to my knowledge, but people don't stick to it, man. People get caught with their hands in a fucking cookie jar. They go to things that they think is important, but the whole matter I think is important, man. But I think there should not be, and it's gonna be hard to do because they change the material. These streets got to get right, bro.
Yeah, but see,
they
that's,
got to get
that's
right,
what I'm
bro.
saying. Like
Your
this.
garbage should be picked up. The garbage should be picked up. These properties that made it to be torn down need to be gone. You know what I'm saying? And I think about $1 million. I think about how cheap it is, because now, especially with post-pandemic prices, bro. Well, even though we're still in the pandemic prices, dog, that $1 million gonna be gone before you fucking blink.
Yeah, $1 million is definitely not a lot of money. But there's also a lot of restrictions.
I'm not disagreeing with you, though. Just so you know,
there's not a lot of restrictions for like what you can. I mean, there are restrictions for what you can do with this money too, right? This is generally taxpayer money, so you can't just spend it on whatever you want.
No Bugattis.
But yeah, right. All right. But I think what I would hope and what I think could be very, very educational about it is exactly that. Is that the average person who doesn't sit in that job and who doesn't really have to go through all of the check boxes before they can actually spend the money,
right,
will start to learn what this process really is, right? Like, it's easy to be on the outside and being like, man, y'all got all that money, I pay all these taxes, how come my street lights out? It's not that simple. Like, it seems that simple, but it's really not, right? There's multiple different layers and levels of things that have to be done and checked off before you could actually allocate certain funds. So I think hopefully it's an education opportunity for that alderman.
Shout out, Andre.
That award.
Yeah. Shout out to Dre, man. Rapper turned politician, and I loved it.
That's what's up.
Ron Fest ran
for alderman at 1.2. Yeah,
rapper turned politician. RTP.
RTP. Okay. All right.
I'll try it.
I'm rolling. Hey, I know we talked about critical race theory some episodes ago, And you teach social justice, and you tried to put your social justice.
He got it this time, now, dog. It only took 2 seasons. My man.
Under,
there you go, brother.
Under that umbrella, okay. And I found it very strange that no new teachers in Chicago signed the pledge to teach critical race theory. And I would we don't have to be long winded on it.
Yeah, no, I'm still kind of confused about it a little bit myself. I would say this. I would say that one, the number of teachers that probably already signed it, like those teachers already themselves, would have no reason to re-sign it, right? Like the teachers that at the beginning of the year were on board.
The initial flood, yeah.
And we're like, yeah, we think we should do this. I think there's a second part here. This was not exactly, like critical race theory wasn't introduced to classrooms like voluntarily by individual teachers. This was kind of mandated by the state of Illinois. And so I don't know why there's a petition, I guess. I'm still kind of confused about why there's like a petition, unless they're just trying to find out if there are teachers who don't want it.
Yeah,
right.
There were tons of that.
So
I would say
this.
It was a news break.
So I think there's two. So I think that's hilarious. Their news outlet is Newsbreak. I refuse to use Newsbreak. I like things like CNN.
He got tons of data in his phone. He got tons of storage left in his phone, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like they only get their news from Newsbreak. So
that's not the truth. But go ahead.
He said only.
Anyway, but so I think there's two general reasons. One, people are already behind it, don't need to sign the petition.
Pause.
People that are not interested in it, I feel like would obviously not sign it. So yeah, I guess
right.
I'm really confused as to who started the petition and what its goal or purpose was, because that part is where the disconnect is for me. But at the end of the day, you know, critical race theory has a lot of wings, a lot of legs, if you will. It's not one particular thing. And generally, the people that disagree with it are the people that are terrified or concerned, at least, that
the backlash,
the way we talk about America's history will identify America as a racist country.
Which it is.
It's very much so that there's no institution in the entire country that exists
that isn't built on this shit.
Isn't built on racism and has not at least traveled
through
the lane. I mean, this book I'm reading is so funny when you told me, when y'all hit me up talking about, did he really read all these books? I screenshotted it, by the way. I'm going to add that in. I screenshotted all the books I read because people thought I was out here flexing on the falsified tip. But no, there's a book I'm reading about black banking and black and capitalism and slavery as capitalism. Those are the two. And it just shows that no matter what you do, every element of this country has some, mechanism of race built in, and not talking about it. I think the people that don't want to hear about it are the people that benefit from it.
Yep.
And it makes them feel as if they have to re-explain their own history.
Redefine, realign their life.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Right. You got to explain to your mom that, Paw, we really love Paw, but they taking the statue down because he was racist as hell. You know what I'm saying?
And they're not giving them benefits back. Yeah, you know what? Again, they broke that shit down with precision, man. So I'll just say there probably won't be too many more signatures on it. If you're going to do it. I'm just appalled that, on the 3rd, which is today, all those bills and laws that are going to be passed on the 3rd, that is today. Mm-hmm. They are pushing nothing against the Asian community at all. Absolutely zero against them. But they are trying to institute mandatory Asian history in classrooms. But y'all fighting back on critical race theory. I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, bro. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Like
so
I would be interested to find, because there's not that many Asian American teachers in CPS. I can tell you that right now.
That's fine.
There's a very
you ain't got to be Asian to teach
they're
history,
probably
though.
all in science and math.
You definitely ain't got to be black to teach black history.
But I'm saying
same thing.
I don't think there are. I think most of. I mean, I'm super generalizing here, but
right. I love doing that.
But I would. I mean, there's less than 10% of the population in Chicago of black male teachers. So I would find it hard to believe that the percentage of Asian American teachers is higher than that.
But my point about the list was this, though. It's kind of weird how they did it. So actually reading it, the names of everybody that signed their list is on there. I'm looking like, I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's good or not, though. You know what I'm saying? Now people that hate the fact that you may be teaching, or you're okay with, or you're supporting the teaching of critical race theory, now they have a target.
Nah, but they want it.
We see how they attack Capitol Hill, bro.
I think, but that's what I'm saying. I think, but those are the people that took Capitol Hill, right? They are the people that want to be identified as we don't want this. The people that did not want Christopher Columbus.
We're not disagreeing, bro.
We not?
No, we're not.
You don't listen to Bossy.
He fucking don't.
I feel like you phrase things in a way that makes it sound like, or maybe it's the tone of voice.
I've been catching that a lot. I don't know what you hear when you hear him talk, bro. It's weird to me.
And like, I feel bad for them. Their name is out there because now people that attack the White House, they can attack them now. You see, they have a target if they don't talk shit.
See, we do disagree. I think the people that attack the White House are these people that signed the petition.
To do what? To teach it?
No, I'm not. Okay, I'm not saying
people that sign the list.
I'm saying
that
I think they're the same group of people. They come from the same school of thought.
You're saying that the people that sign the list are now targets, is what you're saying.
They are possible targets to those that don't want critical race theory, CRT. I'm tired of saying those three words.
And that's okay. So maybe I don't understand the petition because I'm thinking the other way around. I'm thinking that the petition was for people that say we don't want this.
No, they do.
Okay. Yeah. See, I don't know. I got to really understand this petition. I don't know.
All right, let's move on. Hey,
I don't get my news from Newsbreak.
well, this is from CNN. Check the show run, brother. Louisiana judge resigned. Okay, and apologizes. No shock there. Okay, she had to. I know, Bossy, you were saying this is the one that using the N-word with her kids.
Watching the video
of
the guy trying to break into her family's vehicles, and they called him. And they were dropping an N-bomb, and the guy said I was going to the house to get the gun. And we had a conversation about why he shouldn't go get the gun. Right. That whole thing.
Yeah. So. So yeah, she's now resigned and apologized and said that that's not who she is. No, that's exactly who.
This motherfucker said I had a sedative. So I didn't think taking a sedative made you racist.
Exactly.
I don't think that's how that shit works at all, man. You know what I'm saying? Right, bitch. I had a sedative.
That's hilarious.
Dude, I didn't know. You said the N-bomb. I keep quoting Paul Mooney, man. Like it made the teeth white. You know what I'm saying? Joe, sedatives don't do that. Sorry, man.
That's hilarious.
But good. I'm glad you stepped down. But this kind of goes back to our conversation about the energy given to Free Hoover because of this. Now the DA or special prosecutor, one of them, I think it's the DA, has brought back up all her cases because
I said was going to happen.
Her sentencing, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
So I mean, this is not
which is
simply
why
about the
there's critical race theory, right? It's because we know that these cases in
I see what you did there.
In past have been
You guys are pretty good. Glad I hired you.
Bitch, get your ass out of here.
All the way the fuck out of here.
Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. She used the N-word. Eye for an eye, right?
Man, I saw a really interesting piece on that. Anyway, go ahead.
On N-word?
Yeah.
We
was it a capital N or lowercase N?
Huh? No, see, it was a comedian, and he was talking. He gave this. It'd be too long to describe, but it was a comedian. I saw it. It's on one of them. It's on one of them Netflix series called The Comedians Round.
I said, wait a minute.
But anyway, he had this really interesting story that he told about how easy it is not to say the word. And it was cool.
All right, yeah, we'll find it. And
when's the last time you said that word?
Me?
I don't know.
Or you?
I've been trying to stay away from it for real.
Huh. I really only say it in very specific company, like with y'all off mic,
right?
Us just like in the car type of thing. Maybe like with my brother, but I really don't use it with people that I don't consider like family.
We should run around with the camera and just walk up to random white people. When's the last time you used the N-word?
That'd be funny as hell, dog.
I'm telling you, you should now really want to pull up this clip.
Damn, we got to do it now.
I really want to pull up this clip, man, because this guy kind of does something. That's kind of what this guy does in a way. But yeah, I don't know, man. I've been back and forth on the word and its meaning and the whole concept of whether you can reclaim the quote unquote power of a word by using it.
Reclaim is an interesting
and all
term.
like that. All of that is just really right. Or claim. I just, at the end of the day, I think I land on the fact that because I know so many of my family members who were, really, really terrorized by that word.
Absolutely.
And through that concept, I generally lean on. And because I don't think young people today recognize that, I don't like perpetuating the use of it for just the sake of using it.
Got it.
I wish that word would die. I thought about that because at Roots, we had the meeting. That word was flying out. It was flying out. Mike Wilbon.
It was Mike Wilbon that was talking about it.
And about the white folks around there were just like, because one, I ain't gonna say his name. Big dude though, his voice carries. he was dropping that bitch like water wet. You know what I'm saying? And white folks looking like, okay, all right, we're gonna scoot over the table.
I DJ'd this party, and I'm like, man, I feel I'm not feeling cool about playing. Like, I refuse to play rap with the N-word, and because these very wealthy white folks are sitting at the table, and I'm like, I'm not going to give you permission to say it out loud at a party in a celebratory fashion.
They definitely whispered that shit at the party, though. They
probably did, but we played all soul funk.
This N-word is DJing his ass off.
I almost played They Don't Let the GDs in the Doors just to see what would happen.
Stupid.
But yeah, no, it's that's what I'm saying. So it's like
N-word is good.
I feel very much so protective.
I mean, if the spirit hits you to say the N-word, then go with it. At the end of the day,
I think you got to fight that shit, bro. I think you got to fight that shit.
White guy at your job. Older white guy at your job.
Superior hits you though.
Superior
as a black man. I'm saying as a black man. No, it's
he can't say it.
No, ever.
So the spirit can't hit him.
The spirit can only hit the brothers, is what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, just clarify.
Hey, did y'all see totally off base? A chick did the Tevin Campbell challenge speaking in tongue.
Did not see that.
I was like, fam, this is why people stop going to church, fam.
Oh,
so you can control the Holy Spirit?
That's not what
wow, yeah.
Okay.
You got to send it to me.
Okay.
People stop going to church for a whole different reason.
So moving on, right?
The shit was funny though.
Not a huge deal.
That shit though.
But I thought we should just shed some light on it. Forrest Whitaker, who can't play a lick of basketball, has invested in NBA Africa. I thought that was cool.
Dope. Does he have to play basketball to invest?
I mean, I'm just my point of view.
This is just your.
He can only watch one side of the court anyway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, true. shout to brother
technically
Forrest,
both
man.
sides of the court.
Hey, half time he got to go switch sides of the court. The other side.
It's not funny.
That's hilarious, actually. It's just comedy, folks. Don't worry.
I'm sorry, Forrest.
Forrest will laugh at that.
He's got it.
He know.
He's heard every possible.
Also, man, I thought this
was Spike Lee gonna kick your ass.
I thought this was very interesting as well.
That's the bougie auntie dressing motherfucker. You seen Spike Lee at New York Knicks fans, bro?
He says Spike Lee dressed like a bougie.
He do. I'm sorry, he does though. Am I lying?
Like a bougie what?
Bougie auntie.
That last pink little outfit he had on. That little pink 3-piece he had on when Curry won or broke the record.
That was designed by Virgil Abloh.
I understand. Nice. I understand
That's
that.
Cool too, though.
It doesn't mean that was the one.
Spike Lee, you're a visionary.
You're a legend.
You're a legend.
You're a god in the game, man.
Your fashion game,
genius,
right up to par with the rest of these cats out here.
So dress differently, okay?
No,
I'm just kidding.
So Tracy McGrady, man, he's planning to launch his own basketball league.
That's not gonna work.
And it's gonna be
Tracy McGrady didn't graduate high school, man. Like, I'm sorry, bro. He's a great basketball
you gonna talk
player.
about Tracy, but we can't talk about Spike?
Hey, man, Tracy McGrady. Nothing about his name says he gonna run a whole new basketball league.
Okay. Let me tell you where the idea came from.
Please let me read this shit.
No, I didn't read it.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I ain't gonna say shit to have he done there.
So
you gotta hear this.
So look.
Shot from half.
Look. So the idea came from the Big Three. Basically, his league is for 18 and older.
Stop it.
One-on-one. One-on-one league.
Oh, it's a one-on-one.
It's a one-on-one league.
Oh my God.
I don't know how that works.
I'll tell you this.
That boy got his shoes off already. He's going. That boy going.
I'm definitely getting in.
I'll say this. It is a really interesting concept, right? Here's the problem.
Ooh.
There's a reason why basketball is a team sport.
There's a reason you have great one-on-one players.
But there's a reason why it's a team sport. It gets terrifyingly boring
spit this shit out,
to watch.
One-on-one.
One person dribble the ball and shoot the ball with no passing opportunities, no real reason.
What you mean? Michael Jordan did it. Allen Iverson?
Not like no, but there were other people on the court. They had to do that with other people.
They must have had popcorn, bro.
So I'm just saying. Also, if you ever play one-on-one with somebody who's not as skilled as you, it can be really easy for blow. So like basically, I'm gonna say it like this: if this has any potential for success whatsoever, which I do not think it does. If it does, he has to have the prime selection of athletes.
He said 18 and older, brother.
There was a game. You remember this? There was a game.
18. That's what it is, brother.
You said younger or older?
Older, 18 and older.
Right. So he's going to have to compete with the G League, the European leagues. Like there's multiple leagues now.
I'm getting in.
Nobody's coming to this shit. unless they have zero
Joe
potential
Johnson
to make it in any other. That's what I'm saying. Like Big Three is all retired athletes, right?
But the Big Three is working. That's all I'm saying. I agree with you. I just wanted to shed some light to see what y'all thought about a one-on-one.
I ain't started yet.
Go ahead, because look, we on time. You know
who ain't gonna be there? That motherfucker with that one arm. He ain't gonna be that motherfucker.
Actually, he would be the perfect.
And he would be get his ass exposed, dog.
No,
and then he would have Forrest Whitaker watch it, and at halftime he got to switch sides to watch the water play from the other side of the court, bro. You see how this shit is working, dog?
I see what you did there.
This shit is.
I see what you did there.
Forrest Whitaker gonna watch the one arm guy play. One eye gonna watch one arm. What the fuck is going on here, dog? Wow. You mean tell me in a one-on-one situation in Tracy McGrady's dream league, which I think it might have a shot for a season or two because people want to see how it works out. You're going to see playground legends.
I feel that.
Your hood legends.
Skip to
all come through, bro.
Yeah, I get
the cats that age out the league way too early.
Yeah, all the dudes that do all the roll on the back.
All that shit,
David
bro.
Bailey and them guys. I get it.
After that year, it's going to be done, but I would pay money. I would travel the country to see, I forgot his name, Mr. One-Arm Guy, play a top-notch one-on-one player, bro, and get body back.
I mean, yeah, he would probably
so all y'all can
lose.
shut the fuck up.
But I'm saying that would be the perfect league for him.
To do what in?
Look,
one-on-one don't mean one-arm.
I don't need a deep dive. I'm just simply saying this is what Tracy McGrady is trying to do.
Yeah,
it is what it is. What else? What else?
Tracy never won anything in the NBA. Then, bro.
That's true too.
He got a ring, though, I think, with San Antonio.
Did he sneak one in?
I think he stuck a ring.
We have to look that up.
Maybe.
Go ahead and Google that.
He was injured
please.
that whole season.
Shit, that ring count though. That diamond cluster count, goddammit.
Sure. Yeah, we have interns now too. Yeah.
It's possible because they got 4.
I'm not one of them. Okay,
they got 4.
I'm just Googling this.
Talking to the intern.
Right? They got 4. San Antonio got 4.
Let's see here. What else? Antonio Brown just did some clown shit.
Never repeated.
We should talk about.
Can we talk about Antonio Brown before we leave?
Nothing to talk about. The man
quit. The man quit and then went and dropped the song. The same day.
Oh, he dropped.
Yeah.
I missed that part.
Respect the coach. I didn't know that either, though.
Oh, I got
4 hours after he walked off the field, the song dropped. It's called not a malice from the past. Some shit.
It's not world peace,
bro. Google it, bro. I'm talking about this shit is trash. Antonio Brown
here's
song.
The thing. So I was watching football yesterday, but I did not see that game, and it wasn't until like one of the halftime shows.
You don't have a ring.
That they one of the halftime shows where they were talking about it, and I was like,
that boy got naked. He was going to Magic City.
Bro, when they showed the video.
That boy got Magic City naked.
When they showed the video of him like talking to, because I don't know what y'all saw, right before all that goes on.
Pit Not the Palace is the name of the song.
Yeah.
Would y'all like me to play it?
Mike Evans,
of course.
Right? The Pro Bowl receiver over there, number 13.
Who just came back from injury, right?
Right. He's talking to him. He's going,
the man said,
hey man, calm
down.
Take it easy. We got one more week. I'm 100% sure this was about the $1 million.
Exactly.
We all know this is about the $1 million.
He threw away a meal.
But it could
we all know this is about
the $1 million. Did he throw it away,
or
did Tampa Bay throw it away?
Well, right.
You knew what the fuck you was getting.
The point here is Mike comes back. Mike gets all the targets. Mike went off that game. Mike had something like 2 touchdowns. He had like
against
10
the
targets.
Jets, he should have.
It was a trash team. But the week before, Mike wasn't playing. Neither was Godwin. None of them guys was playing. So the only person that Brady could throw to was Antonio.
And Gronkowski, that's it.
And Gronkowski's an old guy at the end of the day.
Old as fuck.
But so Antonio, I think, felt like he should have gotten half he should have split the targets with Mike. And that's not what happened. Brady wasn't throwing Antonio the ball.
Antonio's a Hall of Famer right
so
now.
So Antonio looked at it and said, you know what?
I'm out.
Y'all are on this intentionally. Y'all are intentionally trying not to pay me this meal.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
He assumed that they were not going to give him enough targets. And I think that's why I think Mike was talking to him. I think Mike was trying to talk him down. I'm sure he don't seem like the type of dude to hold his tongue. Pause. It seemed very much so like he was like, nah, this is some bull. They not going to send me my targets. I'm done with this. And it seemed like Mike was trying to tell him, calm down. Relax, bro.
You can get it next week.
We got more time.
Got you.
And it seemed like Tonio was convinced, like, nah, y'all I'm dead.
Well, to be exact, it was 8 more catches to unlock 333,000.
300,000 plus.
He needed 100. He needed
55 receiving yards to unlock another 3,300.
Yeah,
and he just needed one more touchdown.
Yeah,
one more touchdown.
And so I think the way they were calling the game, it's different from being out here and being in that huddle. Know. How many receivers? Allen Robinson for the Chicago Bears was one of the best receivers on the roster on any NFL period this year. They don't throw him the ball at all. Mm-hmm. They franchise tagged him to keep him on the team.
I'm not okay.
They don't throw him the ball. My point is, it is a real thing that the game script
Politics.
is not featuring you, right?
Yeah.
And that we learned that.
I mean, that's I was about to say that to me. Any given Sunday,
Willie Beeman and LL Cool J. Like, they all.
Any given Sunday.
I love that movie too. That shit
And clearly that's a real thing.
That's a real thing, dude. That's not a fake thing. Game script, decision, and all. Coaches have favorites. Quarterbacks have people that they go to. We look at Aaron Rodgers. The one kid, Tyler Johnson, he's a rookie. With all of them out, Tyler Johnson got like 4 or 5 targets one game. The very next game, 0.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Antonio got all them looks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a very specific thing, man. The fact that he did all that, somebody in my football group, by the way, posted CTE Man of the Year, which I do think he's got.
That's not funny, but
I think he's got serious.
He ain't been right since Vontae's birthday blew his ass up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think he's got serious CTE.
But you gotta look at it like this though, dog.
He gonna be in the
For
WWF real soon.
I immediately flash back.
Real soon.
That's kind of like the next move.
Yeah.
I immediately flash
And all
back.
the Dancing with the
He
Stars
obviously
and all
got the
that
booth in his mind. You know what I'm saying? But I flash back to
Nobody's gonna give him
another
money.
person that did some shit that topped what Antonio Brown did.
Meta World Peace.
No. Free Vontae Davis legacy. That man retired at halftime in the fucking Bills game.
Vontae Davis.
Yeah, he said, "Yeah, I'm out. Y'all have it." He had different reasons, but the fact you go into halftime, you lose the game, you say, "Fuck it." He didn't come back out.
That's
not
hard.
because he wasn't injured. He said,
That's hard.
He was retired, bro. I'm not saying it was the same.
This boy threw every piece of his clothes. He threw his white beater.
That ain't shit, bro. The man,
That's dope.
Vontae cleared out his fucking locker, dog.
Yeah, I get it.
What you mean, Joe?
That's
Vontae
dope.
said, "Yeah,
that
deuces,
was-
Joe."
I can respect it. I can relate to it.
Tampa Bay knew what the fuck they was getting when they got Antonio Brown. This is what we had a conversation about how talent makes people overlook your fucking flaws. And he's a superior talent. He's one of 4 receivers that got 18,000 plus yards in a season.
Still one of the fastest men on the field.
Dude, cold. If
Still
it's one
of the
thing he can do is he can play football. I'm sorry. When he starts acting on the field, now you know you have a serious problem because I thought that football was this man's safe haven.
Yeah.
A lot of people, when they be fucking wilding out, their personal life, beating up chicks, doing
he
drugs,
nuts.
party, bro. When they come out their fucking craft, they cool.
Yeah, I mean,
ODB, DMX. That moms never lost sight of rap. They still had the passion for their craft. You know what I'm saying? When they start creeping into their rap, bro, you knew it was over with.
For 3 seasons now, I've ignored a lot of your shortcomings, because of your talent. So I understand it. I understand it. Yeah, I was shots fired.
I don't think I deserved that.
You didn't, but
Nobody said Antonio Brown had shortcomings. We just said the man wilding out.
No. He said you ignore some of those things that.
Yeah, but you said shortcomings.
Well, shortcomings. I was just adding to it, right?
Right. Yeah,
I was adding to the
terrible
sauce. The sauce.
Terrible
I had to do it, man. Sorry,
Hey, in the words of the great Western philosopher Nasir Jones,
yes,
you can hate me now, but I won't stop now.
Hey, real quick, man. The Colorado truck driver that got the 110-year sentence, they did bring it down to 10 now. So congratulations. That's good, man. Still 10 years, but it's a lot better than the rest of your life.
Like Ken always say, man, you got to fix the system. You got to fix the system that wasn't meant for you at the foundation.
Yeah.
This next thing I want to talk about, it definitely made me feel away, and I just want to give him flowers for being the greatest,
one arm player ever,
smoothest. I mean, every man probably at some point in that era wanted to be him and emulated him. Let me play this clip.
I know when I first saw you, I just wanted to touch you and hold
I know
you.
the feeling that's just cool.
And there's an incredible excitement about you. And very
I never get tired of him.
You hear the music in the background?
Yeah, I had those good feelings about you when I first saw you.
So where do we go from here?
You go all the way to the top if you're not afraid.
I'm gonna start rapping, bro. Down.
Everything's gonna be all right.
Greatest pimp song of all time.
On my
I'm
mama.
gonna be everything to you.
I'm gonna be everything
I'm gonna
to
be
you.
your father. I'm gonna be your friend. I'm gonna be your lover. But you gotta believe in me. You gotta believe that.
You better believe that.
Everything I tell you to do is for the
Start
best.
sucking that shit up.
He said everything I'm telling you to do, you better suck that shit up and do it. Hey man, shout out to Goldie, man. Shout out to Goldie,
Julian, man.
You know what?
Rest in peace, brother.
What was the first? Do you know how old you was when you first saw that movie?
Way too young.
Yeah, of course.
Way too young, bro. And it scarred me for life.
Who
But made
showed
me
it
a
to
better
you?
man in these streets.
Who showed it to you?
I think my Uncle Poe. By way of Kojo Jahi. Okay. Who we all describe. We all know him. But that movie is iconic.
No idea
And
who that is.
okay. If you met one of us, you met Elvis, bro. It's cool. I went to school with Coach Joe. It's my cousin, bro.
That's why I be confused.
Got
You
me
got
in the
brothers
most
and
trouble I've
cousins,
ever been in
y'all.
my fucking life. I say that, I stand by that, dog. But
Isn't there a Big Mom that came? Okay.
Nah.
That movie's iconic in more ways than the fuck you get. In more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? Fuck your ass get, bro. Because you think about how long that movie has quotables in the hip hop culture, bro. Because go back to the pool hall when Pretty Tony was talking.
Pretty Tony, Richard
to
Pryor,
Goldie, bro.
Yeah.
And his girl walked in front of Goldie and he say, hey man, come here, bitch. And Pretty Tony say, hey, you know the game. Yo, bitch just shows me. Now, we can handle this with some class. We can get some gangster shit. Yeah. Pretty Tony responds. I mean, yeah, he responds pretty hurtfully with some terrible words you should never address another man. He called that motherfucker a rest haven, bro. That's insulting.
You ain't shit but a rest haven.
He called him a car thief. He called him a felon, bro.
Yeah, he said that piece you got outside probably hot right now,
bro. And then come my favorite scene. He say, look here. He said, I'm stop talking to him. He said, I'm talking to my man. He say, I had 35,000, bro. 35,000.
Yeah. He said,
plus one. No, you gave me 6. Goddamn, you gave me 6. 35 plus 7. Hey, motherfucker, can you buy that? I say, boy, I'm gonna that shit. Like, boy, say this shit again. That boy is preaching.
Can you buy that?
Look, this is real math.
Yeah, and this is real math. His old mama a teacher. This is real math.
So, and then in the end, the last part, I'm done with that shit, bro. He say, man, go get. He say, well, I forgot boy didn't rob or something. Man, go get her. Yeah, he said. Rich Pryor say, excuse my N-word. N-word, you want to die?
Yeah. No, I think what's interesting about the
classic,
Mac,
brother.
I didn't see the Mac until I was an adult. Bro, I didn't see that movie.
You,
People
lived it.
People used to make them jokes all the time. Like, look at Goldie over here. Like, if I walked in with a pretty girl, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, people were like, man, what, look at Goldie over here, or they would call me the Mac, like, because my name is McKenna, right? Yeah. So it's like, and right, I'm a light skinned cat.
Long hair too.
So for years, them references, I just assumed they were good references. Like, they didn't sound like insults. You know what I'm saying? They sounded like compliments. I didn't see that movie, man, until I was probably like in my mid-20s.
What does it rank in blaxploitation films for you?
Oh, top 3. Easy.
That Dolomite,
bro.
See, Dolomite to me is one generation prior.
You think so?
The reason I say that,
so it's not blaxploitation to you?
The reason I say that is because Dolomite, we had to be reintroduced to Dolomite at our age, right? That when Eddie did the remake.
No. Well, no. I see. Dolomite.
Many of us knew about
Rudy Ray Moore.
Right? Yep. So when what album was that? That was LL Cool J. Way Down in the Jungle. That was the first time. So that was like 6th, 7th grade for me. But that's when I got introduced to Dolomite.
The movie or like
no, just him as a whole.
Oh my God!
See, that's the thing. I got somebody bought me low key, no joke.
Trying to taint you.
Jake Austin bought me an original copy of that album by Rudy Ray Moore. It's a long story of how he got it, but
I took a picture of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm just saying.
Way back.
I feel like Dolomite. I feel like we knew the word Dolomite, but we didn't know the movie. We didn't know the character. We didn't know the story behind
Hilarious,
Dolomite,
bro.
right?
I see what you're saying.
But I feel like the Mac, we knew what that whole thing was about. Like you said, you saw it as a shorty. You saw it as a shorty.
I was wrong,
Most
bro.
people saw it as a shorty, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like Dolomite to me is like maybe one era prior. But no, man, definitely. I think that, you got to go with Shaft, right? The original Shaft is up there.
Foxy Brown.
Foxy Brown's got to be
You gotta go
there.
there, bro. It's great ones, dog.
Superfly. Gotta go with Superfly.
Yeah.
I'm your mama, I'm your daddy,
Yeah, I feel like those are the pantheon of the blaxploitation. What was the kung fu black dude that everybody rocked?
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly. What was the one he had?
Too many, bro.
Yeah, but what was the first one?
I gotta look, bro.
I don't know.
Because that's the one that people talk about.
I watched him a lot during quarantine.
The kung fu was so whack in there, man. I couldn't get.
But he can fight for real though, dog.
Yeah, I heard. He was like a real ninja.
Yeah, he was with Bruce Lee on some training shit. Yeah, for real. I just want to touch on this real quick.
Hey, dog.
Pause.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
I apologize.
You having a respectful show,
but
talking about damaging. No, okay, stop playing.
But
wait a minute.
But not to damper the mood, fellas. Okay, but there were a lot of big losses that we took in the black community that I think maybe we forgot about.
We lost
right?
Betty White. Do you know that Betty White, right? Voted, on the Chappelle.
She's honorary black. Yeah, we taking her. We taking her.
Black Belt Jones and Peter Haraway, bro.
Black Belt Jones.
We
Yeah.
traded
and the Black Samurai.
We traded Stacey Dash
Take a hard ride
for Betty White. I'm pretty sure.
So
That's
look,
funny as hell,
just,
dog.
I'm gonna name a few.
Who did this, Stacey, bro?
I'm pretty sure we traded Stacey.
Stacey did herself. You're right.
Even though I love Stacey.
Fuck both of them.
So I said I'm gonna name a few. That means like y'all kind of just.
I mean, shut up.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right, cool.
All right, thanks.
You almost started 2 weeks ago ananyway.
No.
Talk about some check your emails.
That was a write up. That was just a verbal. That was just a verbal
admonishment.
Yeah.
Verbal. Admonishment. That's a good 7-point word. That's actually a good word.
So we had Hank Aaron, man. We had Cicely Tyson. Obviously,
Hank Aaron died?
DMX.
Oh, we talking about 2021.
2021, yeah.
Damn, all this happened this week?
No.
Jesus Christ, man.
Black Rob, man. We had Black Rob.
Suzanne Davis, bro. Don't skip her, bro. She's been in so many black movies,
Suzanne Douglas.
Yeah, she was dope.
That was a huge surprise to me, right? And a lot of people probably just don't recognize her by name.
Bro.
But when you see her face, you're like, oh, her, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you do? John Thompson?
Who else? Charlie Robinson, who was an actor. Biz Marquis. Greg Leakes.
From
Michael K. Williams. Okay, Colin Powell.
Yeah.
Colin Powell,
excuse me.
Colin Kaepernick.
Demarius Thomas.
That was some CT.
Bell Hooks,
man. Let me pause on that one real quick. Just real talk. Shout out to Bell Hooks, man. Bell Hooks wrote a piece for Congresswoman
a trailblazing feminist
out of Milwaukee. And I had the pleasure of sitting and having dinner with them a couple of weeks back. And they had it was interesting to listen to a group of professional older women, black women, sit at a table and remember like how she inspired them and some of the stuff that she wrote. So just saying that specifically because my mother was very much so directly influenced by Bell Hooks.
Right.
And they were really connected to that loss because it happened that same week. My mother was getting her master's, and it happened that same week that we were celebrating her achieving that.
That's dope, man. So I mean, that's we lost a lot of black excellence, and now it's time to talk about people that are making moves now.
Well, you know what though, you're right. That's sad, but I think it's the most sad, or the more sad. I don't give a fuck how you say it right now.
More sadder.
Most satirist.
Satirist.
You know what I'm saying?
When the whole crew's stupid.
Yeah. No, it's only super sad, bro, when you don't have creators, politicians, activists, the instructors, the culture cultivators to replace them, bro.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's when it fucks me up, bro. And I'm watching our younger generation. It's promising, bro. It's promising because these young motherfuckers don't give a fuck. They kicking indoors, climbing the windows to get into these arts, you know what I'm saying, in these spaces, bro. And I love it.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's more unspoken. I mean, when you look at Issa Rae, if you just really
love you, Issa Rae. I'm gonna miss Insecure.
She went from the awkward black girl kind of internet vlog. Nobody was even in tune.
They weren't checking for
like what that was, right?
You had to be in the know.
You really had to know,
yep.
and you really had to find it to really watch it. Like it had to be something you wanted to see, right? And she pivoted that into one of the most iconic. Like this show is basically the Black Friends.
Say that shit, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like this show Insecure will go down.
We'll miss you, Molly.
In the hit, it will. I think, and I know y'all gonna hate the way this sounds.
Why?
But I think that partially because of timing, partially because of the way she did it, I think that Insecure down the line will be respected more than Martin's show, than Fresh Prince. I think she's leapfrogged them because of the time and because of the we also have to pay clear. You can stream it. It's not like you have to watch it every week. It's not like it's censored, right?
True.
She can curse. She's got a lot of different leeway that some of the other shows didn't have. But I think she's going to get a lot more accolades for what she did with that show in a short period of time than those shows.
Let me give you the small nugget of pushback, bro. I will only push back on that. I could
Living Single. I don't think anybody's going to compare Living Single.
That shit was trash.
But, I disagree. It was a great
that's
show.
That's cool too. But only pushback on Insecure would be this though. We live in a society super trash. We live in a society now where people forget shit just like that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that's my only pushback on that.
I don't mean the average person.
Martin and Fresh Prince. This is longevity now.
I agree. I don't mean the average person. This. I mean people really who focus in on saying what was the impact of that show. When people talk about Seinfeld, when they talk about Friends,
show about nothing. That's why that show's iconic, bro. They had no point to that fucking show.
They talk specifically about those shows being, having done amazing things, right?
monumentous impact and
I
longevity.
feel like those individuals who are going to be having that discussion about black shows, I feel like Insecure is going to be at the top of that conversation.
I'm happy for that. It should.
Yeah. No,
one more point to add to that, man. Cosign, did some work on that project as well.
He has. It was too much music on there for him not to touch any Paul. For him not to have his hands on that.
It was like the early season when she was doing the rapping.
Well, this last season, whatever this last season was.
Oh, he did some of the last season. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Way to go, Coast.
Yeah, shout out to Coast, a friend of the show. Might be a new.
Yeah, you're gonna replace me real soon because I'm tired.
You ain't going nowhere.
Shit.
Anyway, man, in Black Excellence, I got to give shout out to these brothers, man. The founders of a black-owned wine label and distributing the wine and in spirits. Devin Kennedy, Terrence Lavelle Lowe, Brandon Crump, and Aaron Michael Cold.
I think we shouted them out once before.
Nah, I think those brothers were from Chicago.
This is a distribution company?
Yes.
So they distribute multiple different brands.
Yes.
Good for them.
Black owned, you know what I mean? They saw a void in the space like a lot of people did during this pandemic situation. They started it, and here they are, making a lot of noise in that.
I mean, distribution is a beautiful game.
Yeah, that's all I got for Black Excellence. Let's just go ahead.
DeMar DeRozan. I got Black Excellence for DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, my God,
with
man.
2 straight game winners back to
fucking
back.
God.
It was
My
Black
goodness.
Excellence. That was smashing these clowns. Just pointing that out, man.
Yeah, all right.
Give
him the Larry O'Brien mid-season. Let's give it to him.
He's too funny. Yeah, he's a hater. He's a whole hater.
Because his team is trash.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. Let's see here.
The Lakers.
Let's see here. What is being mentally strong? Just a quick question. Just what's being mentally strong?
There's no acute definition for what the fuck that is.
Or what are the signs of a mentally strong person?
That's still gonna be an individual thing. I looked at that question. I was like, because someone may think that, hey, I may be depressed, and because I don't take myself out, that's being mentally strong. That's coming back from a place, an unfamiliar place. Some people may think dealing with several irons in the fire, having a family, going to work, that's being mentally strong. Doing having your hand too many tentacles and still operating and functioning at a level where you seem like everything's good, maybe mentally strong, bro. I don't know what the fuck that was, but I think if you can maintain your integrity under pressure when people try to corrupt you, that's being mentally strong, because it's a world where, people are always trying to push shit in your pocket for favors. The world was built on that.
That's why I don't accept no cash apps.
You stupid dog, you know what I'm saying? I just think that it's hard to have a definitive definition for what mentally, to me, I could be 1,000% wrong. I enjoy being wrong because I enjoy arguing with people sometimes. For what mentally strong is, dog. Sometimes. It's only like 57% out of 100.
77.
57.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give me a. Don't give me no.
Actually, no, 97. 97.
So fucking what? But
see.
Nah, dog. It's just like, man, it's a person by person, case by case thing for me, bro. Because everybody has different thresholds, mentally. Everybody has different triggers and things that may wear them out mentally, bro. And to push through certain barriers mentally, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, there's no worse feeling than being tired mentally. I can be physically tired and still kind of push on. When you're tired mentally, you have to fucking woosah and take a fucking break, bro. There's no going through it. You can't be a good parent, brother, friend, worker, anything. You can't be a good podcaster. You can't be a good host. You can't be a good genius. You can't be a good motherfucker swag. Ooh, boy, I got 17 motherfucking what does it describe me, bro?
Yeah, 17 motherfuckers.
MUFUCKIN. No K. I'm not gonna respect the word Africa like that though. You know what I'm saying? I spell Africa with a K as well. But yes, motherfuckers.
Well, I think a mentally strong person concentrates on what they can control, right? Because if you allow things that you have no control over to dictate how you move mentally, right? Then, in my opinion, maybe you are, I don't want to use the word insecure, but weak-minded. Right.
Insecure is a better word than weak-minded.
Well, insecure in what?
Weak-minded is like limp brain. Like
limp brain.
That's a terrible thing to call somebody. You are weak-minded.
That's insulting.
If you are insecure, that's different.
That's still weak-mindedness.
They got therapy for insecurity.
Yeah, that's a really interesting, the way y'all frame that, that's really interesting. I think I agree with the premise that if you allow things that you can't control dictate your mood, or to dictate like, you know, how you approach life, that could be indicative of some type of
6.
I knew he was gonna do it. I knew it's certain words. I know it's the first time he's heard them.
No,
he's gonna have to rate it. Like it's certain words. I know. It's like, you never heard this word.
No.
He's like, ooh, let me rate that word.
And he gave it a 6.
That I've never heard. Right? It has no idea what it is.
A 6.
Anyway,
no idea.
Yeah, no, I do think that there is. I don't know. It's a challenge, man, because I my personal opinion right now is that
that's all we all gonna have, bro. Personal opinions.
Yeah,
about it.
My personal opinion is that there's this real fine line, I think, right now between mental health, like as a daily practice, right? Like this idea that everybody every day should be focused on doing something for their mental health, right? I feel like that's a new wave. I think like when exercise really got popular, it was the 80s. Right?
The era of
when it got to the point,
AIDS and crack, huh?
When it got, but that's when the aerobic scene went crazy, right?
It was out here fucking too.
And so, yeah, they was definitely out here doing that. But I mean, that's when it became a part of the everyday conversation to exercise. Right?
Facts.
And so I think that in that same way that we saw that explosion in the 80s, we're seeing that same explosion now about mental health. Now, that being one thing. Second thing here, though, is that I do think for younger generations, I'm concerned for because I feel like there may be an addiction kind of to that too. Whereas every day, if something does go wrong, something very small happens, a person doesn't call you that you are expecting a call from or that you want to talk to.
Right.
Or someone, you know, you show your work to your employer and they're not like, reveling about it, right? They give you some basic notes like, oh, maybe this could be adjusted. And what I'm fearful of is that this heavy concentration on something that I do think is a good thing, which is mental health, is also creating a space for young people to say, oh, well, if this doesn't meet what I feel good about, that's messing with my mental health. Yeah. And thus there's something wrong with everything else.
Got it. You can always find something wrong with everything too.
I am sad at any moment in life. If I don't feel fulfilled at any moment in life, well, it doesn't mean that it means that something else in the world is causing this. So that's my only concern with this is that, like, I do think mental health is a hugely overlooked and ignored thing in most people, especially in our communities, and especially amongst men in our communities. But I'm concerned about how far we take it to the degree where we don't also understand that some shit will be tough because it's just life. Like,
why you
if
saying
shit
that,
was
though?
easy, if everybody could just run around here happy, we'd be in a fucking Wizard of Oz movie or a goddamn, you know, Candyland or something like that. Like, everybody would just run around eating candy and, like, happy. It wouldn't... The struggle is a part of life. And I'm concerned that the mental health...
Does it have to be a part of life?
You can't avoid it.
Part of living isn't surviving.
Yeah.
There's no part of living that isn't surviving.
Everybody's not born in the same scenario, bro.
I'm agreeing with that.
Some people never fucking struggle. A large percentage of the world never struggle, bro.
I think even the
they struggle with what pair of shoes to wear in a day.
I think the people that don't struggle with daily life decisions like that,
you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. Still struggle as humans to identify what it is that they want to do with their lives. Whether they got all the resources, they could be the richest people. You could have the world handed to you on all the silver spoons. And I still think, I mean, we see that all the time.
To a certain level of struggle.
Some of these people with the most resources, the most money, the most access, the least amount of what we would call problems or issues, these are the ones that are jumping off of buildings. These are the ones that are shooting up schools. These are the ones that are committing suicide.
Well, money doesn't change your mental state.
I'm talking about human. To be human
to
struggle.
I agree.
People don't understand how hard it is to be human sometimes, though. To even be themselves. You know what I'm saying? Is it super hard to do what the fuck you tell somebody you're gonna do? Is it super hard to get back and do what the fuck you're supposed to do, to be a man of your word, a woman of your word, to have integrity, bro? Is it super hard to be accountable, responsible, consistent? But What I'm saying on
honest,
that,
to be
that's
honorable,
super hard.
like,
Oh, that's super hard right there, though. I ain't none of that shit.
No, I'm just saying,
I'm going left on that bullshit.
Look, pause for one second though. Like real talk, we were talking about briefly before.
Some people don't deserve your honesty, Joe. Fuck them people.
No, I'm not even talking about honesty though. One of my homeboys, one of my good friends, right? He had posted. We were talking before we started the show. He had posted that this is his 1 year back on the sobriety train, right?
Okay.
So he had stopped drinking. But mind you, this dude was a bar manager. His job was to taste liquor so he could identify what to put on the menu and to what cocktails and what.
Do we got a new job now?
So no. So at the time, no, he doesn't. At the time when he started saying I have to be sober and I don't want to drink anymore, he relied on his staff to do those taste testings for him, right? He fell off the wagon. He was on the wagon doing great for 2 or 3 strong years. Was very much so an excellent inspiration to a lot of us that knows him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then he fell off the wagon, right? But now he's back on it. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that even when you are doing the right thing every day consistently for 3 to 4 years and you're seeing all the positive benefits from it and you're benefiting from everything, you're still going to make that decision. It's a day-to-day vibe being a human. So I just worry that we focus on the idea that if a person is not happy, that means their mental health is destroyed. And I don't agree with that premise. I don't think that not being happy means that your mental health is wrong. I think not being happy is a part of humanity. Being not happy for a long, extended amount of time or being not happy in a way that keeps you from taking care of yourself or others, that's different. But I don't think the simple moment of not being happy represents not having good mental health.
What's something you do, Amon, and you go next. What's something you do to make sure you're mentally strong? To keep a mental exercise up. Because sometimes being strong is also being at ease, being at peace as well.
I think reads the dictionary.
No. And I want to go ahead and wrap this up, right?
What? I don't believe in that shit.
But stupid. Me personally, just embracing change. I think change is good. And stepping outside of your comfort zone allows you to see what it's like on the other side where you're not comfortable. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And then you realize that you're stronger than what you actually thought. Because if you're comfortable, sometimes you get stagnant. And sometimes you get too comfortable. And there's a whole lot more that you could be doing. But now you're fearful of stepping outside of that zone because you've been good in that space for so long. So embracing change for me.
What about you?
I drink. What do you mean? No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I think, honestly, I think it's hard to say, actually. I do a lot of listening, man. I listen to a lot of people.
That can be difficult, though.
It is, actually, because it's a lot of people. I very smart family, and they love to talk.
So you packing gems and jewels and nuggets.
Yep. And so there's some, and they're really interested. All of them really are very involved in multiple different wings of what we might call the mental health space with therapy and, meditation and all that type of stuff. I listen a lot, man, and I try my hardest, kind of to your point. I actually try to accept that I don't have all the answers.
How, Sway?
That I know. It's crazy, right? Because I'm usually right, though. But I accept that I don't have all the answers and that in the event that something I am doing isn't working, that I'm open to somebody else doing something, and if it works, I'm with it.
That's pretty dope,
right? Man. Usually it doesn't work, and I'm usually right. But I think that's the easiest I can go. I don't know. It's tough, man, because it's such a wide.
What you got?
I read a lot. That's really
that's dope. That's there.
I do 2 things usually. I pause. I step away from everything that I don't have to do, man. Like go to work. I have to go to work. I'll go to work. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But the extracurricular things, hanging out, whatever. I even stopped the gym a couple of days. I pull back from everything and just sit back and be with myself. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I do. The main thing I do is I run through. This is why I get tired fast mentally a lot, because I run through so many scenarios in my fucking head of how things can go. So I'm prepared when they do happen. And if I'm going off like in Avengers when Doctor Strange do all that fucking bullshit and they said, how many scenarios? 14 million, this, that, that. I literally do that fucking shit every day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I be kind of prepared for when things happen that way. And even if something happens similar, I can pull from a scenario I went through in my head and be like, I'm going to react this way, bro. This, that, you know what I'm saying? Even though I do got freestyle shit like a god dog. But, I I do that, man, and it's okay. It helps
That's
me a
what's
lot.
up, man. Well, this is episode 80, man. Season 3. We are here. Things are looking up.
Oh, that was the end of the show.
That's it.
Oh, wow.
What is it? Hour 22?
Yeah, nothing more, man. Nothing less. We out.
Wasn't bad at all. It just seemed weird because it's usually a longer show. It's like, oh, it's over already.
That was pretty long.
We on the corner. We on the corner.
I had to buy all brand new cords because all my shit is here.